Hey guys, it's Division here. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you on RMMV, the newest RPG maker from Enterbrine. I think overall, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really that interested in it, and that's kind of a bit surprising since most of you know that the games have been made on RPG Maker. The reason why I say that is I feel like RMMV was just too little too late. If they had maybe done this a little bit earlier, I probably would have downloaded it day one, but as is now, I haven't even tried the trial yet. That's kind of surprising. I think just the main issue is, yeah, there's a lot of new features and it's a lot more compatible with things, but it can do a lot more. Basically, it's modern, and that needed to happen. I don't know, maybe with VX Ace, because that was really a stepping stone, not really a big improvement over VX. But that aside, it's just I feel like RPG Maker overall is just way too limiting to do what you need to. I mean, if you're just trying to make a straight up RPG, then it's perfect for that, and that's probably why it's still around after all these years. It's not like Game Maker, it's not like Construct, but it has its own place. And for me personally, I think the more I try to experiment with what I make, and the more types of things I'm inspired by, the less appeal RPG Maker has, because overall it's still limited what you can do, even with scripting, the plugins, and all the eventing you can do as well. It's still really just for RPGs, and there's only so much you can do with that. And I think, I don't know, I just like experimenting, I like playing around, and I like seeing what I can do. And with Construct 2, I've realized I can do a lot more than I thought I could. Sorry. Like for instance, this game it's demoing right now. My idea was to make this an RPG Maker, and some of you may remember I put some videos of this game running on VX and VX Ace, I think, a couple of years ago. And I mean, it was good enough for what it was, but it was really a pain to work on. The system, I mean, the engine wasn't really set up for the kind of programming I needed to do to make this work. And something like Construct 2 is so versatile that it can handle RPGs, it can handle action games like this, it can handle all these different types of games. So, kind of made it so that I'm going to realize all the things I want to do. The best platform to do it most of the time is not RPG Maker. And it is cool to make stuff, to make non-RPGs in RPG Maker, just push them into the program. But overall, you begin to realize you're kind of just wasting your time. It's a lot easier if you use something else. And I think, I mean, of course, it would be best if you could code from scratch so you knew how all that kind of thing worked. But if you don't and you still need the game maker, then you gotta gravitate to one of those programs. And I mean, like I said before, I haven't even tried the trial of RPG Maker MV yet, and I mean, eventually I think I will. It's pretty impossible to, I mean, I've been using the program since 2001, 2002, so it's been a long time. But at the same time, it just doesn't have that same appeal. I'm not like, well, for lack of a better word, I'm not really hyped to use it. And I think, I mean, eventually I think I will want to actually finish RPG Maker pilot. Many of you probably know that C Division is one who does the most of the work on our SMRPG games. I do some technical support, and I had an original idea for 7 Sages and made the first part of that game. Overall, it's C Division who produces our games. With Epic Paper Mario, you probably noticed that as the game being made completely by me. And basically, I do want to be able to make an RPG Maker game, since, I don't know, it's just been all these years. Figure I might as well just put one on the board for that program. But I think that's the problem with the program. RPGs are hard to make, they take a long time. Especially if you're working alone or something like that. And I don't know, maybe eventually I'll go back to the program and be able to make something, but just as time goes on and I'm becoming more comfortable using Construct, I think it just better suits what I want to do. It's a lot easier. I think for RPG making, that's another big thing. You rely a lot on scripting, which isn't a bad thing, but you rely a lot on other people's scripts too. Like, what you want to do with your game, you may have to wait for someone else to come up with the code you need to be able to pull it off. And that's not a bad thing. Not everyone has the time to learn how to script to figure out these things for themselves. But in Construct 2, it uses some, well, the best way to describe it is a cross between inventing and scripting. And for Construct 2, I've been able to figure out all these things myself. Like, I mean, I'm pretty proud of what I was able to do with Epic Super Mario, just being able to play the 1000-Year Door and go, hey, let me try to make that and see what comes up. And for the most part, I think I've pretty accurately replicated the system from TTYU. I think I did it a lot better in Construct 2 than I could ever possibly do in RPG Maker. And I don't know, just for me, I always think the battle system is one of the most important parts of these types of games. So being able to do that was pretty awesome, and like, it just makes RPG Maker seem a little less in comparison. Like, you begin to become more aware of the restrictions, you become more aware of what you can and can't do. And I don't know, this makes me not want to bother. I don't want to say that my career in RPG Maker is over, but it'll probably be some time before I do something serious on the program. I mean, there are still some things I want to do, like I said before, and maybe I may be so inspired to use RMMV, because I mean, one of the biggest things is that MV supports browser, and mobile has more support too, like Construct 2. I think that's probably that'd be one of the main things to get me to go out and buy an MV, because even though most of our games are fan games and indie games, I mean, having the option of putting out a game that a large audience could reach is still pretty appealing. And I don't know, just it seems people downloading and installing something, it's a lot less popular these days, and even more complicated. People have difficulty for things like installing the fonts and stuff like that, so it's just, I think, yeah, being able to play a game from the browser is just that much more convenient, and I think you can reach a bigger audience from that, so it's really awesome that RPG Maker is now compatible with that. I don't know exactly how compatibility works yet, or how well that works. I haven't used the program, like I said. I think other people mentioned that you need some third-party applications for it to work. So I'm not sure how exactly the process works, but I don't think it'd be too complicated, and definitely it'd be worth it. Like, I mean, many people before were saying they could put their RPG Maker games to mobile and stuff like that. So now we have the opportunity. It's really amazing. I don't know, I still feel like RPG Maker is like one or two versions away from being like something amazing again. I'm not saying they haven't made strides with their recent programs, but it's just that they haven't done enough to really catch my eye again, to make me go, okay, I need to use this program, I need to make a game with it. And, well, I mean, to be honest, it's not like Construct did that either. I was playing around with the trial of Construct, being able to just trying to learn how to use it. Actually, I tried Game Maker right before, and I don't know, it just seemed a bit weird. I could never really get the hang of Game Maker. But with Construct, I don't know, I just clicked and figure out how to use the program. So, and just the more I use it, the more I learn. And I think, I don't know, it's the same with a lot of these programs. But with Construct too, my ability to learn and improve was like so much higher than that with RPG Maker. I feel like maybe, I don't know, unless you're willing to like really learn how to script in like a major way, you're gonna be capped with RPG Maker. It's just gonna be level you reach where it's either you start taking it more seriously and put in some time and learn how to script. And I think I did that to a certain extent. I'm certainly not an expert at scripting, but I was able to use it and use what I knew, research what I didn't know, to be able to make the badge system, the battle system, and Starlight Worlds, how all that worked out. So, I mean, it's definitely worth doing, but at the same time, if you don't want to like learn code but still want to have a versatile program, I think you kind of have to start looking away from RPG Maker. And if you agree with that or disagree, I mean, let me know in the comments. But I think it's still something to consider. And RPG Maker is still one of my favorite programs, though. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm ever gonna completely abandon it. I'll always be paying attention to the RPG Maker and the community. Well, actually, that's kind of another issue. I guess one of the main things is I have to admit I don't really play RPG games. And I guess it's kind of a bad thing to say as someone who uses that program a lot and has used it for, I guess, what, the past 13 years? And the number of RPG Maker games I've beaten, I could probably count on one hand, so yeah, I'm not really a fan of the games made by the program. So I think that's, I don't know, maybe part of why I'm not as interested in RPG Maker as I used to be. I'm not as involved in the community as well. I mean, we put out Starlight Worlds without 7 stages, and after we were done doing like basically the marketing for those games, we didn't have too much invested in the community, I should say. I mean, we're still aware of it, we still check on things, we still check on forums like RPG Maker, RPGmaker.net, that's one when we check, MFGG, we still pay attention to those, but we don't really, not as actively involved. I mean, you see Division and I, we used to, checking out the latest RPG Maker games, and we did a lot. I mean, we pay attention to these things a lot. Even if we didn't always play the games, we were impressed with what people were doing. We wanted to see what was going on in the community. We wanted to see the latest games being made and the latest scripts and basically what was happening. And we haven't like done that recently. I can't tell you the last time I went to HB Games or any other like RPG Maker forum just to look at stuff and not to update our game threads or stuff like that. So I don't know, I mean, maybe I'm kind of falling out of love with RPG Maker and the community to an extent. But I mean, I think it's just basically I have to get in the mood to make an RPG Maker game, and that hasn't happened recently. So that's why I'm kind of in the state where I'm not hyped for MV. It looks cool, but not tempted to go get the trial anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, those are just my thoughts. Sorry for rambling a bit, but I think that kind of covers everything I have to say right now. I mean, I may just play around with the MV just to get a better sense of it and then give an update on what I think about it. But as for now, it's probably going to be a while before I do any more research on it. Thanks for listening. If if you're interested in this kind of videos, it's my first time doing it, please let me know in the comments. But if you want to hear more, just like or subscribe to our channel for more game maker content, that kind of thing. So thanks and peace.